Hey everyone, welcome back to WealthWave, your trusted source for breaking updates on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and everything related to your financial benefits. If you've been following our channel, you know we stay on top of every major announcement that could impact your monthly payments and retirement security. And today's update is nothing short of historic. Breaking news straight from Washington: the White House has just signed a brand new executive order that could completely reshape Social Security as we know it. This isn't just a small adjustment or another cost of living tweak, this is a structural overhaul that will affect millions of Americans who rely on SSI, SSDI, and retirement benefits to make ends meet. Starting this very month, the federal government will begin implementing sweeping reforms designed to modernize how Social Security benefits are calculated, distributed, and protected against inflation. These changes could directly alter how much you receive in your monthly deposit, when you receive it, and in some cases whether you qualify for additional bonus payments under the new system. In today's WealthWave report, we're diving deep into exactly what this new executive order means for you, who stands to gain the most, and what the timeline looks like for these massive reforms to take effect. So if you or someone you care about depends on Social Security income, pay close attention. What you're about to hear could redefine your financial future starting right now. Before we get started, take a quick second to subscribe to WealthWave and tap that notification bell, because these changes are unfolding fast and will keep you updated every step of the way. The core reform, the Modern Benefits Calculation Initiative. Let's begin with the biggest bombshell at the heart of this executive order: the introduction of a brand new system called the Modern Benefits Calculation Initiative. Now, the name might sound bureaucratic, but make no mistake, this initiative represents one of the most significant overhauls of the Social Security system in its 88-year history. Here's what's happening. For decades, Social Security benefits have been calculated based primarily on your lifetime earnings history and the number of years you worked. But under this new system, those calculations will now factor in additional variables, things like regional cost of living differences, work patterns, inflation sensitivity, and even certain types of caregiving or part-time work that weren't previously recognized. This means your payment could increase if you live in a high-cost area or have certain qualifying circumstances, but it could also decrease for others, depending on where they fall in the new calculation model. The White House says this shift is about modernizing benefits to reflect real-world conditions, but it's already sparking heated debates across Washington. Phase 1: Benefit Modernization, starting now. The first phase of these reforms, called Benefit Modernization, officially begins this month. This phase introduces what the administration is calling a dynamic adjustment system, which essentially allows your benefit amount to change based on new economic and demographic data. Instead of waiting for a single annual COLA, cost of living adjustment, the system could now make smaller, more frequent recalculations throughout the year. In other words, if inflation spikes or your local cost of living jumps unexpectedly, your benefit could increase sooner rather than waiting until January for the next COLA update. But there's a hidden twist buried deep in the order's technical language, and this is something most news outlets are not reporting. For certain beneficiaries, this new system could result in a benefit increase of up to 8.7%, but qualifying for that increase is not automatic. It depends on several factors, including your age, benefit type, and geographic location. So if you're a current recipient, planning to retire soon, or even decades away from retirement, it's critical to understand where you stand under these new rules. Addressing the long-term sustainability problem. One of the key goals behind this executive order is to address the growing concern about Social Security's long-term solvency. For years, experts have warned that the Social Security Trust Fund could run dry by 2034, putting millions of retirees at risk. This order aims to extend that timeline by changing how funds are managed and distributed, but critics warn that these measures could come with trade-offs. Supporters say this is a brilliant step to modernize the system and keep it solvent for decades to come. Critics, on the other hand, call it risky and potentially unconstitutional, arguing that such sweeping changes should come through Congress, not executive authority. The new Progressive Benefit Index. Now let's talk about one of the most significant technical shifts: the creation of a Progressive Benefit Index, PBI. Under this new index, Social Security will not only look at your historical earnings but also consider regional cost of living differences. That means where you live could now directly impact how much you receive. For instance, seniors living in expensive areas like California or New York could see their checks rise, while those in more affordable areas may see smaller adjustments. This is the first time in Social Security's history that geographic factors are being built directly into benefit calculations. The administration claims this will create a fairer, more accurate system, one that reflects the real cost of living. But some lawmakers warn it could unintentionally create a two-tiered benefit system, rewarding people in high-cost states while penalizing others. Why an executive order? The political drama. You might be wondering, how did such a massive change get pushed through without Congress? After months of gridlock on Capitol Hill, where lawmakers couldn't agree on long-term Social Security reform, the White House decided to use executive authority to move forward. This move has already sparked intense political debate, with some accusing the administration of overstepping its power. Legal experts are now watching closely for potential court challenges that could delay or even block portions of the order. But for now, the reforms are set to roll out as planned, and that means you'll start seeing real effects as early as this month. Phase 2: Income Security Enhancement. The second major phase, called Income Security Enhancement, is scheduled to begin rolling out in the coming months. This phase will overhaul how cost of living adjustments, COLAs, are calculated. For years, seniors have argued that the official COLA doesn't reflect the true cost of living, especially for medical expenses, food, and housing. Under this new system, the government plans to use a more accurate inflation index that better reflects the real spending patterns of retirees, potentially leading to larger COLA increases in the future. Here's where it gets even more interesting: there's a hidden provision that could benefit early retirees. If you claimed your benefits before full retirement age, the new system might allow a one-time recalculation of your benefit amount under the updated formulas, possibly giving you a permanent increase. This opportunity won't apply to everyone, but for millions of early retirees, it could be a major game changer. One of the most revolutionary and controversial aspects of this executive order is the introduction of a flexible retirement age adjustment system. Currently, Social Security uses a fixed full retirement age based on your birth year. But under the new system, that age could become individualized based on factors such as your occupation, health status, and lifetime work history. For example, someone who spent 30 years doing physically demanding labor might qualify for full benefits earlier than someone who spent most of their career in an office setting. This change aims to make the system more equitable, recognizing that not all careers wear people down the same way, but it's also likely to create confusion and controversy as it rolls out.